Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Nigeria's ruling party, the All Progressives Congress (APC), is currently shopping for the right candidate to emerge from its presidential primary election scheduled to hold later this month. In the light of this development, some bigwigs in the APC and other politically neutral Nigerians nationwide have called on the party not to search any further and settle for immediate past Minister of Transportation, Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi, who in their estimation does not only possess the right credentials to end victory for the party in 2023 presidential election, but also has what it takes to make life comfortable for Nigerians as their next democratically elected president.
Right Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi is a household name with a formidable political structure and massive support base in Rivers State. Between 1999 and 2007, he was Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, where he consolidated his political network and became Chairman of the Conference of Speakers. In October 2007, the Supreme Court in a landmark judgment upheld his governorship of Rivers State, bringing an end to a fierce legal tussle over the rightful governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, his former party. On assumption of office, the youthful Governor Amaechi immediately went to work in a desperate attempt to offer Rivers people a new deal in governance. As the new state chief executive, Right Honorable Amaechi was confronted with a situation of mounting insecurity which had particularly brought Rivers State to its knees. Spokesperson for the Niger Delta rights advocate, Comrade Darlington Nwauju, recalls that the former governor of Rivers State had reinvented the state security architecture to deal decisively with the problem at hand.
When he came on board, it became very clear, it became very visible that something drastic needed to be done. And he did do it. He did tackle the issue of security headlong. And for once, people began to sleep with their two eyes closed.
Christopher Hart and Williams Christopher are two politically neutral indigents of Rivers State who also recall that while Amaechi held sway as governor of Rivers State, he had complemented his fight against insecurity with the implementation of a deliberate policy to create jobs for the masses.
He built over 300 primary schools. Not only that, he also, in addition, employed 13,000 teachers, who today most of our mothers and our fathers are still benefiting the dividends also today. We can also not forget in a hurry how he trained our sons and our daughters overseas, from secondary school to even to a PhD level.
He creates Songhai Farm that employ over 5,000 Rivers indigenous and non-indigenous. He also creates a banana plantation farm at Kana, LGA. It doesn't end there. He also creates fish farm in Buguma, create a fish farm in Andoni. These are the agencies and the infrastructure that he created that contributed to the IGR of Rivers State.
Roughly 7 years since he left office as governor of Rivers State, Amaechi is still loved by the generality of Rivers people who recently turned out in their numbers at the Adokiye Amesiameka Stadium in Port Harcourt to witness his formal declaration of interest to contest the 2023 presidential election on the platform of the APC. At the epoch-making event, Right Honorable Amaechi formally submitted his application to serve Nigerians as their next democratically elected president.
But my aspiration is not about fulfilling any personal ambition. I am contesting for the office because I believe that it is my moral duty to give what I can in the service of my country. Hope is around the corner.
It would be recalled that it was on account of his exemplary leadership that Amaechi was in May 2011 elected consensus candidate of the Nigerian Governors Forum. Against all political odds at the time, Amaechi was re-elected chairman of the forum in 2013. Macaulay Unohashi, An Abuja resident who has kept close tabs on Rotimi Amaechi since his days as Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly is convinced that the immediate past Minister of Transportation remains the presidential aspirant with the highest goodwill and support of Nigerians from all walks of life in the build-up to the 2023 presidential election.
I have followed Amaechi's journey, political journey, right from time. When Amaechi was a member of the State Assembly in River State. Not only that, he became Speaker. That is network. Not only did he become Speaker of River State House of Assembly, he was elected Chairman of Conference of Speakers. That is network. After that, Amaechi became Governor for 8 years. That is network. Amaechi was conferred with the traditional title of Dang Amanar Daura. Dang Amanar Daura in Hausa simply means the most trusted son of Daura. For you to be conferred with that title of Dang Amanar Daura, you must be someone who is trusted. And most of Amaechi is not even a northerner. He's not from the northern part of Nigeria, but he was conferred with that title. So today, if Amaechi does not succeed in getting some consensus and they go to the polls, I think going by the pedigree of Amaechi, his ticket will fly.
As Transportation Minister, Rotimi Amaechi's close allies and distant admirers alike are quite pleased with his performance. Under his direct supervision, the government of President Muhammadu Buhari recorded many milestones in the maritime sector, notably its successful clampdown on sea piracy and other forms of insecurity along Nigerian territorial waters. In the third quarter of 2021, the International Maritime Bureau observed that sea piracy in Nigeria had declined by 77%. In the same year, the federal government, through the instrumentality of the Transportation Ministry, supervised by Amaechi, approved a waiver of import duty on the acquisition of ships as an incentive to attract investors to the maritime sector. Since then, the maritime sector has witnessed increased investment in shipyards, dry docks and terminals. Additionally, the Transportation Ministry had taken a bold step to resuscitate the moribund Maritime Academy Oron in Akwa Ibom State and facilitated the successful takeoff of the Nigerian Maritime University, Okere-Nkoko, in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State. This action was taken to build local capacity and make Nigeria a preferred destination in a highly competitive global maritime industry. Under Amaechi's supervision, the Federal Ministry of Transportation saw the need to decongest the overcrowded Tinkan and Apapa seaports, obviously to enhance Nigeria's international trade output. Consequently, the Onne seaport, after many years of neglect and relegation, had in August 2020 received MV Maersk Stadelhorn, the largest container vessel to have visited Nigeria throughout the country's maritime history. The 300-meter-long vessel, with a width of 48 meters, capable of providing employment for about 10,000 persons, had successfully berthed at the Federal Ocean Terminal in Onne amidst fanfare. Before leaving office, the former Transportation Minister had established a transportation university in Daura, Katsina State, the first of its kind in Africa. The Transportation University, being constructed by China as part of its corporate social responsibility in Nigeria, was conceived to provide transport-focused education, training and research to build local capacity in the sector. Moreover, it is intended to facilitate technology transfer to Nigeria to enable the country sustain new innovations in the transportation sector, particularly in the management of rail infrastructure. Right now, the former Transportation Minister is looking at revamping the agricultural sector to provide food security in Nigeria and grow agro-allied industries if he's given the people's mandate to emerge as the next president of Nigeria.
What I will do is to ensure that we grow what we eat and we grow what we export. So we'll grow our economy in such a way that we value addition, that everybody will be brought into agriculture. We'll move from agriculture into industry, into manufacturing.
It is no surprise that many doors have been opened to Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi, who is currently mobilizing delegates across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones in readiness for the APC presidential primary election. According to Governor Nasir El-Rufai, Amaechi is a highly marketable candidate not only for the APC but other political parties as they prepare to go to the polls in 2023.
You've seen what it has done. It has brought a very strong security team. They had been provided in his life. formerly CEO to say man. He has one little independent Nigeria. So you know what will happen about security if he is retired.
The nationwide support for Amaechi's presidential ambition also comes from southwest Nigeria, where he's seen as a symbol of national unity, having spent his entire life in politics building bridges of friendship and preaching the gospel of national unity and political accommodation. Only recently, Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State described Amaechi as a suitable candidate for the most exalted political office in Nigeria.
I must congratulate you for the courage, for the zeal, and wanting to bring your very rich, diverse, and successful background to bear in the governance of our country. All I can do as your friend and the governor of this state is to pray for you and wish you well.
As Nigerians prepare to elect a new president in 2023, there have been strident calls nationwide for Ndigbo to take a shot at the presidency to reflect justice, equity, and fairness in the next political dispensation. Recently, Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Okechukwu Isiguzoro, observed that the emergence of an Igbo president from across 7 states, including Delta and River states, will promote national unity and reconciliation. In the statement, Chief Isiguzoro further observed that the emergence of Chibuike Amaechi and indeed other politicians of Igbo extraction would serve the interest of Ohaneze Ndigbo. Weneda Wali, a staunch supporter of the former transportation minister, says Ohaneze Ndigbo has done well to identify with one of its own in the person of Chibuike Amaechi.
Until quite recently, I'm sure about, the secretary of Ohaneze Ndigbo happens to come from Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi's local government, the ward next to his ward. So I do not think that the Igbos who elected Uche Okuko as secretary of Ohaneze Ndigbo wanted to elect somebody who was a non-Igbo. It wasn't an office that was more like, okay, give it to the South or give it to the North, so let them have, a say in what we're doing. They elected him because they felt he was part of them. It's on that premise that Rotimi is rightfully claiming that, look, I am part of this. His wife is core Igbo from Anambra State. So there can't be somebody more Igbo than him. Chibuike and Amaechi are his names.
With the groundswell of support Rotimi Amaechi continues to enjoy preparatory to the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria, legal advisor to the APC in Rivers State, Dike Iheanyi, maintains that his presidential ambition is already a mission accomplished.
He's not one of those politicians that will say one thing in the morning and in the night and repeat another thing. He's an honest politician. That's what is speaking for him, as a matter of fact. Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi will emerge as the presidential candidate of all progressive Congress by the grace of God.
In November 2013, Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi alongside 4 other PDP governors officially defected to the APC in a deft move to realign themselves politically ahead of the 2015 general elections in Nigeria. This development turned out to be a major boost for the APC, which in 2015 became the first opposition party to wrest power from a ruling party. Amaechi's role in the success story of the APC is undoubtedly significant. On 2 occasions in 2015 and 2019, he had served as Director General of the Buhari Campaign Organization, a position which he used to ensure the election and re-election of his principal. Since then, Amaechi has remained a loyal party man and a worthy ambassador of the APC in the business of governance. It is the considered opinion of his supporters nationwide that Amaechi should emerge as the standard bearer of the APC in its forthcoming presidential primary election and eventually elected the next president of Nigeria to actualize his lofty dreams for the country.
Inside the Niger Delta,